Aquarius, hi, welcome to your read. We're going to be looking at your tarot for this week and your amazing love story, love life. What's going on with you this week, Aquarius? I'm also going to use the Asteroid for you this week. If you'd like a personal reading, my email's in the description below. Feel free to subscribe to the channel while you're there or like the video. Let's see what's going on for your story. Four of Wands. Okay, we'll take that. Let's get started with your read here. Happy times ahead of the Aquarius. In your energy here, there is love. Love showing up. But there's a pattern that you keep repeating here. Oh my god. But there's happiness here, so I think this is kind of be like a little psychological play for you, Aquarius, trying to figure out what's going on here so we can break this. I do see happiness ahead of you with your love situation, but the problem is I feel like challenge is judgment. Like maybe you have problems judging people, or there's people showing up and trying to give you love and you're kind of like, not me. Yeah, because you're showing up to the read with several options here. Normally, if you would come to a tarot read, I would say you have one person in your mind, but you may have several people in your energy at this time that you're thinking about as, you know, suitors here. Six of Chalices in your energy. Yeah, you do have a soulmate, but you got to go towards what you're emotionally connected to. And then your daddy Saturn, right? It's about sticking to that thing that you decided to stay with. This is going to be more for the Divine Masculine, I feel. Divine Masculines is probably going to connect with you. Let's see what the Astrodice got to say. Mars, 12th house, Mars 12th house Pisces. Interesting. In Vedic astrology, Mars is actually coming out of 12th house Pisces. Interesting. Because what's happening at Mars Pisces, what was happening there, because now it's already in Aries, it's no longer in Pisces. There was manifestations, or there was like past karma, there was a deep ocean of things that have been going on in your life, and now it's moving into Aries, creating new karma. So there's new stories, so that makes sense as to why you have options and you're trying to find a new soul connection here. By the way, this is Vedic astrology I'm talking about with the dice. You have the Knight of Wands here. You know, in the past, you may have left something here, and I felt that it's gave you a feeling of freedom, just kind of like, yeah, I can finally let my hair down. And I feel like when you do that, here's the sun, you know, your strength. You're able to go towards happiness, you know, like the Capricorn read, they're unable to let go of stuff. I feel like you had no problem doing that. The problem is that when you let go of things, here comes that reminder, the grievance of letting go, and then thinking back to the loss, right? Because 12th house is losses, right? And we all deal with grieving differently. Different timing, right? Some of you deal with it by getting a new workout routine, feeling confident. You get up there and you just keep pushing forward. And then 3 months later, oh my God, I regret it. I was such a jerk. I've lost this, right? This is going to be more for Divine Masculine as well as Divine Feminine. It might connect with you. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying this seems more like masculine, and we have Mars dice here. It's funny because I said Divine Masculine and look at the Mars dice showed it. You know, this is like wanting past things that kind of show up for you and you already know they're long and gone. what's being hidden from you is Page of Swords. You know, somebody probably already blocked you on social media. Somebody's already kind of moving on with their life here. They're learning something. Somebody's moving on here for sure. You know, it's just fine. You may have found the loss and the grief after the fact of that moving on. Seven of Wands here. You know, you got to keep moving on that path you decided on, whatever this was in the past. You got to keep moving forward. And eventually, the new beginning starts here. And the High Priestess is me giving you the knowledge of what you need here. And the Devil. I once knew somebody that after their long, hard breakup, they went out on countless and millions and trillions of dates because they never done that in their life. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but, you know, the Devil here is saying maybe you have to do something differently here. Live your life a little bit differently. Do something differently to attract the highest love to you. You got the happiness thing down. But what's impeding you is there's a backlog inside your mind of loss. You know, this is going to be a psychological tarot for you, Aquarius. And I think how you deal with grievance might just be on different timing from other people, how they deal with grievances, right? Grieving. Like I said, some of you might deal with the long grief of I lost somebody right as soon as it happens, and some of you might deal with it after the fact that you feel free and you feel great and you're moving towards new beginnings, and then it hits you and you're wondering why it hits you then. Just like the universe, just like the planets, all the timing is different. And depending where you have planets and what's going on in your chart, I can't tell you, or on YouTube, you know, it may affect you different ways. From a personal perspective, in August, I suffered a really big loss when it came to relationships. Don't tell the other signs. I'm telling you about my personal life. But just like that, I spent a lot of time in the gym. I spent a lot of time running in martial arts. And I didn't feel the overall loss until about October. And by then, they'd already moved on. You know. And obviously, I wasn't going to go back, right? It's already been like 3 months. I'm moving towards the new things. And I found the new thing, and I'm happy, right? So, but I think moving on here with your read, enough about me. Let's pull the past life cards. Let's see what your past life wants to say for your advice. These cards are from a different universe. They're not from this universe. They don't use the same elements as the regular tarot, because those elements don't exist in this universe. And this will be your past life advice from the universe. Yeah, this is definitely you dealing with a lot of painful situations. And now it feels like you're being pulled between two realities here. You're being pulled between the past reality and you're being pulled between the reality of dealing with options. This life map is interesting though. I feel like your past life, you weren't able to look at all these options. You weren't able to get yourself out of situations, and I feel like you've already done that. Get yourself out of a situation, and now, you know, in this realm, in this universe, this one here, the one that you're not part of, you couldn't deal with grief, and you couldn't deal with picking yourself up out of a very tough spot. In this life, you put yourself in grief, and you pick yourself out of that to learn the greater love story and how love is something you got to work on. Love is something that comes where two people work together, of course. But in a past life here, you may have been stuck. You may have been just stuck with something that looked good all your life. You may have been stuck with a relationship. Maybe some of you have 7th house south node, and you're perfect at relationships. And in this life, you wanted to experience what imperfection looks like. And now, some of you could have kids out of like a failed marriage here. It's what I see here. Some of you could have things that just seem like, man, it's so difficult, but you keep getting yourself out of it, and eventually there's a love story here for you after you learn to live your life. Change your surroundings is the theme for that. I'm gonna give you guys a remedy, because you have so many options. You want to find the one to stick to? Go to the place that's been in your head that you've been wanting to go. Go alone. Don't wait for a friend. This is going to be an overall collective Aquarius remedy, and I didn't do that for any, but I'm telling you, if there's a place in your head you've been wanting to go there alone. Watch how it changes your life and your perspective on new beginnings, because you know what happiness looks like here with the Sun, Aquarius. And that's all I got for you this week. Take it easy. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye, Aquarius.